Okay, so it's a pleasure to have you guys. My name is Satsun. In today's lesson, we're going to look at what we call strings. So as you guys would recall, in our previous lessons, we've been looking at numbers and how to manipulate those numbers. So we worked on things like the modulo, raising a number to the power of another number. So we're using these arithmetic operators to work on numbers. So what happens if you want to work with text? That's when you need strings. Okay, so what is a string? A string is just any character that is surrounded by quotation marks. So it can be a number, it can be a special character, it can be anything that you surround with quotation marks. Then boom, you have a string. So let me try out here. Let's say I want to print my name. Let me enlarge this so that you guys can see. Let's say I want to print out my name. If I print out my name directly, let's say Sadson, directly like this will raise an error in Python. Okay, so it says name Sadson is not defined. So how do I deal with this? I just have to put in quotation marks around it, and then boom, if I run this, now it's working. So in this instance, this is a string. Okay, so I can also put in numbers. For as long as they are surrounded by quotation marks, they are recognized in Python as strings. So any character that you put in between those quotation marks is recognized as strings. Okay, so back to our module. If I open this up, strings, as you guys can see, this is what they're explaining over here. Including white spaces. Like here we have white spaces. It's all recognized as strings for as long as it's surrounded by quotation marks. I could say Satsun is coding, including the white spaces that I have, the spaces here, they'll be recognized as part of the string, like this one. Let's say I have just, empty quotes, like empty quotes, but with some, spaces. This can also be recognized down here, but we cannot see it, but it's also being recognized as, as a string. So the spaces are also recognized as a string. Okay, so to continue with this, this requires us to drag and drop the correct option to output the string high there. So first we have to print it, and then is this a double or single quote? I think it's a single, and so I'll put that, as you guys can see now, it's working. All right, next up is how we escape some certain characters. Let's say I'm writing, I have single quotes. Like we say, we can use double quotes or single quotes. So let's say I am writing code. Let's say I want to write something like this. As you guys can see here, this is no longer recognized as an apostrophe. It's recognized as a quotation mark. So how then do I use this apostrophe inside here when I have single quotes surrounding my string? Should I change this to double? I can change this to double quotation marks, and it's gonna work if I change this to double. As you guys can see, it's working. However, let's say I want to use single inside a single. Okay, single and then a single here. But then I want to use an apostrophe inside. So if I try and run this, it will raise an error, syntax error. So how do I deal with this? So what you have to do is you have to escape this apostrophe. So you use a backslash. Once you do that, before the character that you want to escape. So here I put a backslash and then the apostrophe. And now if I try and run this, you'll see it's working. I'm writing code. Now it's being recognized. However, one thing you have to know is the backslash will not show up in your text. Okay, so this is what happens. So let's say I want to have a backslash in my text. Like let's say this is a backslash and another backslash. Now, if I'm to run this, you will see the backslash. Only one backslash is showing up because I've escaped one backslash. That's how it works. Okay, so that will be for another lesson, I think. However, I'm just showing you how these things work. Okay, so if we continue here, complete the following, complete the code to output a string containing a single quote. So if it has a single quote, we escape it, isn't it? So escape that, check it out. Boom, it's working. Okay, so perfect. So this is it for today. In our next lesson, we're going to look what we call new lines. For today, I'm done. I'll see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.